Hello, I'm Olivia Wali, the CEO of Talent Pioneer Event Management and the founder of Diary of a Survivor, an online platform that offers a voice to child sexual and domestic abuse survivors. Today I'll be talking on the topic, the roles parents can play in curbing child sexual abuse. Moving on, I'd like to start by answering the question, what is child sexual abuse? In simple terms, child sexual abuse is the involvement of a child in sexual activities that he or she cannot fully comprehend or give consent to. Now, there are a few things to know about child sexual abuse. Number one, it can be direct or indirect. Okay, that being said, how do you know a child is being sexually abused? Number one, change in behavior. Behavioral changes. Number two, change in attitude. Number three is avoiding the abuser. Physical problems is number four. So those are just some points to look out for in a sexually abused child. Now to the main topic. What roles do parents play, or what roles can parents play in curbing sexual abuse? Before I go on with this particular topic, I would like to say, if you're a parent listening to me right now, I'd like to say you're doing a great job. You're raising wonderful kids. You're doing your best. We see you and we can't thank you enough. Thank you very much, and I pray for more wisdom to take care of your children. Now, moving on. There are many roles parents can play in curbing child sexual abuse, but for the sake of time, I'll be mentioning just a few. I think about 6 of them. Number one, be a nurturing parent. Yeah, I know you're paying their school fees and you're taking them on trips, you're buying them nice things. That's great. But sincerely, it's not enough. Really, it's not enough. You need to show your child some love, a certain kind of love. Call them pet names, call them sweet names. Show them that they can trust you. Let them have confidence in you. There are some parents that at the very sound of their voice, their children begin to panic. Wow, the how do I put it? The discipline you give to them is just excessive. Oh, for crying out loud, it's now I'll tell you a story. It may sound funny, but it's a true life story. I've always known that my parents love me. I've always known that my mom loves and cares for me. But there was one thing happened one day that changed my life positively. I went to a boarding house. So it was in my JS1 and my mom had come to pick me up from school. And while we were in the car on our way home, she got a call from my auntie letting her know that she was in the market. And after talking, she was like, okay, if you have some money left, please buy some nice things. Buy some beautiful clothes for my baby here. I waited for them to finish their conversation. And then, as soon as she dropped the phone, I asked her, who is your baby? And she said, you now. That very word changed my life. Like, immediately I felt this kind of love and bond between myself and my mom. It was a beautiful moment. I was like, okay, so I am my mom's baby. Of course, I was in JS1 then, so I didn't consider myself as a baby. But when she said that, I felt this bond between mother and child all over again. Most times, it's the little things that matter. So please, enough of the excessive discipline. Enough of the tiger. Please, calm down. They are kids. They are growing. You need to show them that you love and care for them. They need to feel free with you than anyone else. Be your children's friends. Be their friends so that when they have any kind of problem, they run to you first without fidgeting. Okay, imagine your child breaks a mug or a glass, and you beat them like armed robbers. And you think when they are sexually abused, they will tell you. The first thing they will believe is that you will blame them for it. And if you could beat them mercilessly for breaking a mug, they can only imagine what you would do to them for being abused. So please calm down and be a nurturing parent. That's number one. Number two, cultivate the habit of having an end of the day discussion with your kids. Yes, learn to call your kids together and ask them what happened today. You know, at the end of every day, let your children look forward to telling you what happened today. That way you can regulate their activities. You'll be able to be a part of their day. That way they will tell you everything. If there's any strange activity going on, they will tell you. If there was a fight in school between them and someone, they will tell you. If they are being bullied, they will tell you. And if they are being abused, they will tell you. Number three, teach your kids privacy. This is very important. This is absolutely important. Now, this is one of the tricks that a lot of parents do not know. Teach your child to knock before entering every room, and teach them that everyone coming into their rooms, including you, must knock. That way you'll be able to know who is going into your child's room. Yes, ask them to report whoever comes in without knocking. Let's imagine that you have a maid living with you, or you have a distant relative living with you, and they go into your child's room at about 11 p.m. without knocking. When they go in, your child is trying to find out why they came in. Uncle, why are you coming into my room without knocking? And let's say the person leaves the room. They will surely come to report to you. Daddy, mommy, so and so person came into my room yesterday without knocking. Because you have given them that idea that there should be privacy. Everyone coming into their rooms should knock. Now you get to ask them, at what time did so and so person come in? And then they tell you. Now it's up to you to find out what that person was doing in your child's room at such odd hour. Do you see the trick? So please teach your children privacy. It's very important. And if they come into your room without knocking for any reason, question them. That way they know it's a serious issue. Number 4 is monitor their use of the media. Yes, you need to know what your child is watching on the internet and on TV. You need to know what programs they are following. There are a lot of pornographic and indecent content with indecent exposure out there. You don't want your kids saying that. Really, you don't. So please learn to regulate what they see. It's not enough to buy them gadgets and leave them to it. Time to time, you take their gadgets, go through their browse history, try to find out what they are watching, and if you find anything bad in there, try to find out who introduced them to it. That way you can cut them off from bad friends or from any adult who is trying to abuse them sexually. Engage them in sex education. Now, I cannot overemphasize this. This is very important. A lot of parents shy away from this particular topic. Please, you need to teach your children sex education. It's very important. Now, let me tell you another story. I went into a shop one day. I think that was a few months ago. And the owner of the shop has 3 boys and 1 girl. I think a regular customer was playing with the little girl, and he tapped her on the butt. She quickly stopped smiling and asked him, "Uncle, why did you touch my bum bum?" Everyone was shocked, including me. And the man kept looking like he was expecting an explanation to fall from above. And the mother came out and was like, "Yes, I taught my children that whoever touches them in certain areas, they should stop and ask the person why they are touching them that way. So please, why did you touch my daughter's bum bum?" It took education for that child to have that particular knowledge. Not every child can stop and ask that kind of question. Now, for sure, we don't know if the man was truly trying to abuse the child or if he was just being friendly. But we know one thing for sure: that particular incident will never repeat itself. So please, teach your child sex education. Teach them the proper names of their genitals. Don't give their genitals pet names. Call it what it is. This is a vagina, this is a penis. Please be straight. Be straightforward. Tell your child what their genitals are. Tell them the safe and unsafe touch. Tell them the no touch zones. No one is supposed to touch you here. Only mommy can touch you here when she is baiting you. So if mommy is not baiting me, if this auntie is not baiting me and she is trying to touch my genital, it is wrong. Please, you need to teach your children. Teach them to protect themselves, because you will not always be there. So please teach them. When you teach them this sex education, then during your end of the day discussion, you can ask them trickishly, "I hope nobody has been touching your safe and unsafe areas. Do you understand what I mean?" Please, it's very important. Now, the last but not the least: do not protect abusers. Do not, please do not protect abusers. Now, let me tell you what you do to a child when you protect an abuser. Most of these abusers tell the child bluntly that no one would believe them, probably because of their position in the family or in the society. Now, this child has summoned courage and has come to tell you, having the hope that you will believe them. They have told you and now you believe them, and all of a sudden you're telling them, "I don't want to hear this from anyone else. Make sure you don't tell anybody." And they are waiting for you to take action against this particular abuser, and you do nothing. Please, forget about brother-in-law. Forget about what the society will say. It is your children first. These are children that God has given to you to love and to protect. Please do not protect those abusing them for any reason. You kill that child's confidence. You kill that child's trust. When they finally summon courage to report an abuser to you and you do nothing, rather you protect the abuser, it just kills their confidence. You kill the child that day, in case you don't know. That is the day the child stops living. Because it is so painful to see your abuser being protected by the people you look up to. I know you think some of you may think it's a trivial issue. You may think it's just a small issue. It's not. This is a serious case. It's a case of life and death. This is a case of psychological health. When you protect an abuser, what you do is you betray that child, because they will never come to tell you again. And what you don't know is that the abuse continues. Because you didn't do anything the first time, why would you do anything the second time? So the perpetrator keeps coming and he or she keeps doing the same thing over and over, and the child is helpless because the first time they told you didn't do anything. So why should they tell you again? Remember, when you protect an abuser, you yourself are an abuser. You are an accomplice because you didn't do anything. Now, maybe you're scared. Maybe you're going through the dilemma right now as a parent. You're thinking, should I actually report this person? Should I actually take up this case? Or maybe you're scared of getting involved in in any form of police case, no problem. There are platforms built for this. We have Your Voice is Strength. We have Diary of a Survivor. Come to us. There are lots more other platforms. Go on Instagram and search. You will see platforms willing to take up this case. Please, all you have to do is report. Bring the matter to us. We'll take it up from there. We are looking forward to a world that is safe for our children and generations to come. A world where we don't have to worry about our child whenever they are out of our sight. That is the world we are looking up to. So please, don't be an accomplice in breaking the heart of a child. Don't be an accomplice. Don't help abusers to be stronger than their victims. Please be a parent. Be a confidant. Be a comforter. Be a warrior. Be the mother hen. Please protect these children from abuse. When they manage